Good afternoon, everybody. Christine Varconi here in the NBC4i Streaming Center, joined by NBC4 data journalist Ben Orner. And we just wanted to hop on here really quickly. Due to the increase in COVID numbers that we have seen today, the daily, weekly COVID cases in Ohio are at their highest point since May. And today's numbers are more than double of what the 21-day average is right now. So Ben took a look at the data, and Ben, let us know what you're seeing and this trend that Ohio is going through right now.
Yeah, so really, Ohio is just one state in the country. Every state, all 50 states, CDC said today, are seeing COVID cases increase. Some states worse than others. You've seen like really serious outbreaks in Texas, Missouri, Louisiana, Florida, states like that. Here, it's a little more muted, but you may have noticed that cases have gone up over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Today, we recorded 660 new cases. You may remember, like, we were seeing days in the 200s, the 100s, like really nice steady decline since April. Since early July, that trend we're now on like a little bump up. It's not a wave, it's not this huge alarming thing, but cases are ticking up as the new, more infectious Delta variant makes its way through Ohio, and as vaccinations continue to stay at a pretty low, consistent level.
Yes. The president actually spoke today on behalf of that. I believe he said the vast majority of these new cases are concentrated in just a few states, the ones that you had just mentioned. And then we heard from the Department of Health last week as well, and I know you had been listening in on that stream that they gave out, that press conference that they did virtually. And what did they have to say, Ben?
Yeah, so Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff, Ohio Department of Health Chief Medical Officer, a great resource of information, talked to reporters last week. Their health experts aren't ready to call this a super alarming outbreak or anything. Ohio is certainly not seeing what Missouri was seeing, but Vanderhoff said that the worry now is, because there are pockets of Ohio with lower vaccination rates than others, hyper local outbreaks, really.
Yes.
Butler County, which is a suburban Cincinnati, for a couple weeks in July, they were on like the CDC watch list or something as a hot spot where cases were quickly increasing. They've come off of that this week. But yeah, really right now, as the more contagious Delta variant comes through, Vanderhoff said that we essentially have two Ohios. We have a vaccinated Ohio that is protected against this virus, and then an unvaccinated Ohio who's still at a risk. And I believe it's CDC data that says 99.5% of new COVID infections right now are among people who are not vaccinated. So vaccination, essentially a silver bullet right now for stopping all variants of the virus.
And just a few weeks ago, I needed to get the most recent update on that, but officials with Ohio Health told me this was a few weeks ago that 100% of their hospitalizations had been from unvaccinated people as well. So you're not seeing people who are vaccinated, even if they do contract COVID, because there is still a small chance that you will get COVID if you are vaccinated. That people are not being hospitalized. It is a mild case, which is kind of what the researchers had been explaining all along.
Yeah, and to give an example, I was trying to look through the data in July. This increase, like, all right, where are cases increasing more than others? It's usually, they pretty much line up with populations. Franklin had the most, with about like 11%. We're the largest county. Cuyahoga, Montgomery, Hamilton, Dayton, Cincinnati, all that.
Yeah.
Though Lawrence County, which is way on the bottom, 60,000 people right on the Ohio River, probably like an hour, like 2-hour drive from us.
Yeah.
They've seen 100 COVID cases, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 60,000 people, and they're a very, very, very small percentage of the state's population, but they've seen more than 2% of the state's total cases just in July. So when health experts talk about they're worried about these hyper local outbreaks, it's usually like rural places. They tend to have lower vaccination rates. Even there's pockets of large metro areas of urban places that have low vaccination rates. That's where a more contagious variant of the virus, this Delta variant, is going to thrive more than in pockets of more vaccinated places.
Yeah, I'm just seeing, reading some of the comments here. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the data for Ben, and we can read those to him. Reading some of the comments here, just for clarity's sake, there is no microchip in the vaccine. for the people who are commenting that that is misinformation.
Yeah,
That is being spread.
and
Just other things that
it's easy. It's easy for us to say, like, vaccine is safe. Like, we're both vaccinated.
Yeah.
It was fine. If you want to learn more about the vaccine, you don't have to turn on the news. You don't have to listen to someone on a cable news channel. Like, go to the doctor that you trust.
Yes, go to your family medical professional.
The person that does your checkups. They're gonna know the best solution for you. Have a frank and honest conversation about it with them, and then make a decision.
Yes, absolutely. That's always been the recommendation. Talk to your individual doctor. Ben, I want to share the screen here so we can take a look at the chart that you made and tell us exactly what this is demonstrating.
Yeah, so these are daily cases reported by the Ohio Department of Health in June and July. So the end of June, though, that was sort of the end of that decrease that we saw that began in the spring. That was the decrease where our cases per 100,000 got below 50. Masks came off. Like, that was that great thing we were riding. And then you see, like, July 1st, and then Independence Day, and then like the last 2 or 3 weeks, you see them slowly increasing to now, that 660. It's the highest point since about late May. So this is.
We should note we are just about. Are we exactly 2 weeks out from Independence Day? Yeah. So 2 weeks ago was the holiday. It was July 5th. So these are the numbers just about exactly 2 weeks post. Independence Day weekend.
It's probably too early to say, like, oh, Independence Day had an impact or whatever, because the Delta variant has had a pretty close timing to 2 weeks after that. But
just something to note, of course. Something that we are keeping an eye on, and I'm sure the Ohio Department of Health is as well.
And we've seen in I guess holidays past that sometimes we'll see a little bit of a bump on like right after outdoor holidays. So definitely something to keep tracking. But that graph shows we're decreasing, and now we've kind of reversed a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that's something that we're keeping an eye on. You can learn more about the numbers as well as the Delta variant. That's definitely going to be highly discussed and reported on over the next week or few weeks or so as these numbers across the country do continue to increase. I know there's another big push, especially for teenagers, to get vaccinated right now as they head back to school within the next month, to get them fully vaccinated before they head back to school. I know that's been a top priority for not only the White House, but the governor, the Ohio Department of Health, just to have these kids be as safe as possible whenever they head back to school, as everybody 12 and older is eligible to get the vaccine at this point. At least the Pfizer shot is approved for those 12 to 17-year-olds. So Ben, anything else you want to add? I'm not seeing any questions.
No, if no questions, really it's just something we're tracking. It's not some big alarm bell right now. It's just that we're seeing what the rest of the nation is seeing. We're seeing a slight increase right now, less of a widespread outbreak, more of like localized outbreaks, and we're gonna see we're on an increase right now. I guess we'll just see where we go from here, but we'll certainly be tracking.
All right, thank you so much, Ben. Appreciate your time.